Hi friends, it's Connie. It's almost April 2nd, Liberation Day, whatever that means. We're going to see, aren't we? We're going to find out. Anyway, you know what I have to talk about? This thing between liberals and conservatives, and how they try to separate us all the time. And some of us have become centrists so that we don't lose tons of friends. But I'm starting to think that the left is really, the left that they're referring to is really extreme left, Marxist left, and that the conservative is way over conservative, redneck. And so by separating us, of course, you know what that does. Everybody's aware of what that does. Oh, by the way, what's it? It's the 27th. It's Thursday, 2025. And thank you for looking in and getting my opinions, because I'm very well read. I don't just spout whatever. I get evidence. We don't have evidence of the future. That's what really is bothering me now, that I'm hearing a lot from two left people who say it's going to be horrible. He's going to ruin the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. Do they know the future? Did they see the future? How did they do that? Did they time travel? Okay, so the things that are going on now are definitely going to make that kind of future just a terrible, tragic future. So these people are going around, normal looking people with an education, people of letters. That's what I was told. I'm a man of letters, one of them said. So how are they walking around with this tragic feeling, knowing the future is just dread? It's going to be horrific. When in fact, everything points to the end of much corruption. Not all of it. There'll always be corruption in every country, corner of the world, because there'll always be the type of people that do not want to work and have evil intent, and that will always, since there's good, there is the opposite of good. The world is full of opposites and similarities. So why are they putting us against each other like this? Well, guess what? Man, woman, teenager, adult, child, teenager, black, white, purple, green, opposites. If we're separated, if we feel separated and we don't have someone that we can really relate to and talk to, we're going to be easily led by someone who says, we're going to feel kind of lonely and isolated. So someone steps into the picture and is the all-knowing, omnipotent, whatever. And I'm not talking about the president here. I'm talking about other forces that think they are omnipotent. And, they could be another culture from another off-planet. We don't really know. Who knows? I'd like to have some evidence. So with all this separating of us, there are people that we care about, and suddenly they're so rigid in their thinking that it's going to be the end of life as we know it. It's going to be the worst for your children, for everybody. It won't be don't give me this golden age baloney BS. Well, we don't know, and so those of us that are optimists by nature will say it looks pretty good from here. I'm seeing a lot of things that are happening that are good. The end of the Department of Education, oh my gosh, so many teachers prayed for that. Oh, how we wanted it so much decades ago, and it wouldn't happen. 4,000 kids schools, that's ridiculous. Kids are alienated in a 4,000 kid school. There should never be such a thing. All schools should be 200 to 300 children, or teens. It just is too alienating. So that was ridiculous. And then to have the state, well, it's going back to the states, but to have the federal government dictate what the children learn from some Prussian role, that's ridiculous. And also the teachers have seen this over time, and many of us have resigned or retired early and are going back. Many of us will create schools, or I'm an advocate for homeschooling. So I'm so happy that the things that the press is doing are going to get rid of some of the corruption and so much sadness. So we're not running around elated, those of us that are happy that we have the president we voted for, because the majority did vote for him, by the way. And although I've heard from left-leaning people that, oh, no, it's not the majority. Well, it is. But we're quiet. We're kind of laid back and calm and quiet. And when the time comes, we do rear our heads. So I just don't want this separation to happen anymore. And it's all been created by media, bought off by the CIA. You know who buys the media. You know who's in charge. And also, we've got all kinds of multi-layers of deep state and Khazarian and the 300, and the list goes on. WEF, BIS, the list is huge, CIA. So it's a multi-layered corruption paradigm that the president is trying to destroy forever. Because imagine life without all this stuff, without all this crime. Imagine life. It'll be glorious. It'll be so, we won't want to go back to what we had. We will feel much more free. And I wish I had another lifetime, because maybe I'll get on those med beds. They're going to make me 40 years younger. Can't wait. That's what I heard. I don't believe everything I hear. Please realize that. But I do know that we're working really hard to make life better for the children and to get the children out of trouble. And you know there's many children in trouble right now, underground and in other places. We're trying to do that. We're working really hard. That's my main focus. Because they're so innocent. They didn't do anything. They just were brought into the world and, well. So I'm just saying that's my little vent, my little rant for the day. And I'm sure you can relate to some of it. But let's try not to be separate from the left and right. Let's try to get together a little bit more, find some common ground, and not listen to the media. Find our own evidence, because the media is manipulating us, and the leaders are manipulating us. All leaders manipulate us. They want us to go their way. And I think we're on the right road right now, actually. We're on the right road for the first time in probably 60 years. And all those other presidents should have all their libraries destroyed, except Reagan. I think he was the only one that really had us in mind. But everybody else, no libraries for LBJ, no libraries for Clinton, Bush's, take them away. We're not going to forget these guys, but we're going to remember and not put them into office again. We need some good people in there all the time, just like yourselves. Okay, thanks for watching from Connie.